Edin, what do we think about 5 turns instead of 4? Tried some narrative games. Felt some could use an extra turn. So, what I want to say about that is Warcry, like the points of things and how effective things are and their damage potential, all that kind of stuff, is based around having a 4-turn game, right? So, if you think about a Swarm Warband, let's say the Tarantulas Brood, right, that I brought to, the way a Swarm Warband works is that it capitalizes its first couple of turns, like turns 1 and 2, and it basically has to win by the end of turn 2, because it's all going downhill from there. Like, your opponent will catch your fighters, and your fighters are garbage, so they will die, right? So, what I found was I would end up winning turns 1 and 2, kind of going evens turn 3, and then losing massively turn 4. So if I didn't manage that correctly, it would basically be a loss, right? Because I start taking huge damage on turn 3, and if it doesn't go downhill quickly, if it goes downhill quickly enough, like that's the end of that. So if you added a 5th turn in there, it would kind of always be an auto loss for these kind of warbands because they cannot keep up like the level of attrition that they need to keep up, right? Similarly with elite warbands, right? If we're looking at something like Stormcast Eternals, Stormcast, yeah, they're good. They're not going to last forever. That 20 wounds just isn't going to last. And when we do have models like Gut Lords and all that crazy shit running around the table, they will eventually kill your stuff. So the question is, that 5th turn that you're giving them, is it just another turn for them to kill things? And how would that swing the mission objectives, and how you gain points and all that kind of stuff. So I think from that point of view, if you wanted to rebalance the game around a 5th turn, I think that points in general would have to go down because you'd want larger warbands that would last longer, and that turn it's a big deal, right? Because for the reasons that I've said, your models don't last forever, and activation economy is king at the end of the day. So if you have a whole extra turn to kill stuff, like it's going to be sad times for you. So yeah, that's what I think. I think in a narrative sense, sure, you could do it. You could test it out. You could have some 5-turn games. I think in the cards, right, when you are randomly generating missions and looking at game length and that kind of thing, I do think there are some 5-turn games. But again, I haven't played enough of the cards to be able to actually like give a definitive answer on that. That's what I think.